friends, today I would like to discuss important concept for the placements, that is pseudocode. So nowadays, most of the companies are conducting a round called a pseudocode round, wherein you will given a pseudocode. You need to predict the what is the output of that particular program. Okay, so I'll discuss some of the important bits for this pseudocode round here. Okay, so let us see here. This is the first question. So just see this program. Okay, so this program is having an array, a character type of array of size 100. That means this particular array is used to store a string. So here we are using the printf function and printing one integer value. But here in place of the variable, here you are actually using a scanf function. Okay, so this scanf function is reading a string. What is that string? That is r. Okay, so r is the string. So this will read the string, okay, and printf will print the value. Okay, so for example, what happens if I give a string something like this? Okay, if I give my name something like this, Sinu, what happens? So this scanf function return type is an integer value. Okay, we know that printf and scanf will return an integer value as its return value. Okay, so what happens when this string Sinu is given to the scanf function? This will read the string and returns a value which is equivalent to number of the strings. Okay, so since we have read a single value from scanf, okay, so it will take the value 1. So that 1 is given to this printf function and you will get 1 on the screen. Okay, so here there are 4 options: 9, 1, 10 and 100, and for this question the answer is 1. Okay, so once again, why we got this one is the scanf function is reading a string. Okay, so that means it reading a single value which is a string, and this will give an integer value 1. So printf will print that 1 and the answer is 1 here. Let's see second question. Okay, so this is a second question. So just see this program. There is a printf statement. Inside that there is a slash new program slash by, and there is another printf statement slash r Sinu get char return 0 and closing. Okay, so there are 4 options, wherein the first option there is a n is missing here and a slash by is also missing, and in second option half of the program is missing, and in third option it's only my name Sinu, and in fourth option depends on terminal configuration. Okay, so for this code the answer is fourth one, friends. Okay, so this kind of a pseudocode will generate different kinds of outputs based on different kinds of the terminals. That means it produces a different output in GNU GCC compiler, and it produces different output in Turbo C. Okay, so the option is it depends on terminal configuration. Okay, so just leave that option here. Okay, so we'll discuss this. Okay, so what happens if I write this in Turbo C? Okay, so for example, this printf statement is having a slash n new program. Okay, so this slash n is taken as the escape character and produces a new line. So in a new line, okay, so there will be EW underscore program. Okay, this slash b is called backspace. So this is called backspace. We knew what is the use of the backspace in the system, that deletes the character before the cursor. Okay, so that slash b will delete this character m, that means this m will be deleted. Okay, and the next character y is printed. Okay, so this is the output of this printf statement. And coming to the second statement, printf, so here this is called carriage return. Carriage return. Okay, carriage return. What is the use of carriage return? Carriage return will take you the control to the beginning of the line. Okay, so since there is no new line here, so actually Sinu should be printed here, but because of this slash r, this sinu is actually goes here, and this particular total thing will be override by this. Okay, so how this override is, so this EW is override by SEENU, and whatever there, that is left over here. Okay, so that means SEENU, so it occupies the first 5 places, and OR OGR A Y will be unchanged. Okay, so this is actually, so this will print the output in the turbo C. Okay, so this is I want to discuss what is the use of this slash and slash r and slash b, friends. Okay, but for this kind of a program, the option is that the output is depends on the terminal configuration. So the option 4th one is right. Okay, friends, so this is another question. So just look at this question. So here inside printf statement, there is a string is we want to print. Okay, so what they have given is slash double quotes hi 2 percentage symbols sinu 2 percentage symbols sir, then slash double quotes. Okay, and there are 4 options. Okay, so what is the expected output of this particular program? Okay, so what does it mean? Okay, slash double quotes. Okay, this slash double quote is used to print double quote on the screen. Okay, so if there is no slash here, so the compiler will think that this is end of the string, and it prints whatever he is here. Okay, there are no characters. Okay, so the output will be no output on the screen. Okay, so since I want to print this double quote, I have to put this slash, that is a backward slash, so that prints double quotes on the screen. Okay, so the output will be that prints the double quote on the screen. Okay, then the string is hi, and there are 2 percentage symbols. Okay, what is the use of 2 percentage symbols? Okay, what happens when I write 2 percentage symbols side by side? Okay, that prints a single percentage symbol on the screen. Okay, so why this is used is because whenever the compiler sees a percentage symbol, it expects there will be either D, F, C. Okay, what do you mean by percentage D? That is a control format specifier for integer. What do you mean by percentage F? That is a control format specifier for floating point value. Okay, so that expects that kind of format specifiers. But when I want to print percentage symbol on the screen, I have to use 2 percentage symbols. So these 2 percentage symbols will produce a single percentage symbol on the screen, and the remaining string is sinu, and again 2 percentage symbols means a single percentage symbol will be printed, and the next word is sir, and there is a slash and double quotes, so that will print my double quote. Okay, so this is the string that is going to print on the screen. Okay, so out of all these 4 options, the first option is the answer. Okay, so because this is the output. So look at this program. So in this particular program, so printf function is having 5 plus some string. Okay, so what is get printed on the screen? So when I write some number plus some string here, okay, so I am assuming the base address of my string as 1000. Okay, so Sri Vishnu will be taken as something like this. Okay, so this is my string. I'm assuming the starting address of my string is 1000. So the next address is 1001, 1002, okay, so on. Okay, so this means this is 1000, this is 1003, and this is 1004, and this is 1005. Okay, and this is 1006, and so on. Okay, friends, so this is how your string is looks like in the memory. Okay, so what happens if I add a number 5 to that string? Okay, so this 5 will take your pointer to this particular place where your address is 1000 plus 5, because 5 is added to the base address of the string. So 1000 plus 5 will take you to a location called 1005 or address called 1005, and whatever the string from this particular place will be get printed on the screen. Okay, so when you move here, so the remaining string is Vishnu. So the answer for this is this second option, that is a Vishnu. Okay friends. Okay, so look at this question. There is a printf statement, and here we are using %c to print a character, and here we have given a string Sri Vishnu and with index value 5. Okay, so what does it print on the screen? So if I draw a memory representation for this string, so this will be something like this. So this is the string Sri Vishnu, and if I give the index values, so this will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on. Okay, so here what you are doing is, with a string, when you give this square bracket with some index number, the corresponding character in that index, that is the index 5, the corresponding character is V. Okay, so this is get printed on the screen. So here the option is C. So the character V is get printed on the screen. Okay, so you can also change this to something like this. So this question can be asked something like this. If I write index first, then inside square bracket I can give the string. So in this case also, even though I have written the index first, then inside the square bracket string, still that prints the character at the 5th position, that is a V on the screen. So this question can be asked in 2 ways. So in both the ways, the answer is the character at the 5th position, that is index 5, that is V. Okay, see this pseudocode. Okay, so here we have declared a character pointer, that is char star s, and we have assigned a string called Sri Vishnu, and we have taken an integer value n equals to 7. Then we are printing with a format called %.*s. That means I want to print a string, because this is a %s. I want to print a string, but here the precision is not specified, because after the dot we are using this star symbol. Okay, star symbol means we can supply an integer value separately, so that will be taken as the number of the characters. Okay, so for this star we are supplied n value, and the string is yes. Okay, so just see this here, this is a percentage. Actually what it should be like a %yes, and you cannot use this, but so here what we have used is %.*s. Okay, so what does it mean? That means we are using a precision value, that means how many number of characters that we want to print, that will be supplied as a separate parameter. So here we have supplied the value as a n here, and that string is yes. Okay, so here the value of n is 7. Okay, so if I give the index values to this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, 6, 7, okay, so on, these are the values. Okay, so what is the 7th character? 7th character is nothing but index 6. Okay, so that means this will print the total 7 characters. Okay, so 0 to 6 means a total 7 characters will be printed on the screen. So the total 7 characters are Sri space V. Okay, so the option C is the right answer. Okay, so this is not, and this is not the answer. The answer is the third one, that is the Sri V. Okay, for example, what if I give a value n equals to 3 here? Okay, n equals to 3, that means the first 3 characters will be get printed on the screen. Okay, see this pseudocode. So in this pseudocode there is a function called fun here, and its return type is void, but it's taking one parameter, that is x, and it is changing the value 30. Okay, so what we are doing here is, in main function we have declared y as a 20, and we call the function fun and passing that y value. So we move here and the y value is copied into x. So y is actually 20 here and x is here, and this 20 is copied into x. Then we are changing x value to 30. So 20 is changed to 30, and we are coming back and you're printing the y value. Okay, so here what we are using, this parameter passing method, here we are using pass by value. Okay, so call by value, that means we have just copied the copy of the y value into the x. So whatever the changes that are made here in the function cannot change the actual parameter values. This y will remain 20 only, and your printf will print the 20 only. So for this the answer is 20, friends. So for this bit the answer is 20, because the y value is unchanged since we have used call by value parameter passing technique. We slightly change this program so that whatever the changes that we made in the function can actually change the actual parameter values. Okay, so for that we need to use the pointers. So instead of this as int x, we'll take it as a star x, that means that is a pointer. And here instead of passing y, we can pass the address of the y. Okay, so the address of the y. So if there is an address called 1000 here for the y, okay, so this x will receive, actually this will receive the address of the y. Okay, the what is the address? That is a 1000. Okay, and here what we are doing is 30 will be stored into the star x. Okay, what is star x? That is actually y value, and this 20 is changed to 30. Okay friends, so here we are using the pass by address or call by address. So address of y is sent to the pointer x, and x has got the address of the y, and star x means that is the value of the y. Okay, that is changed from 20 to 30. So then if you are printing the y value, now the answer is 30. So the actual value of the y is changed to 30 since we have used call by address parameter passing method. Okay, look at this another pseudocode. So here what we are doing is, we have taken the I value as 1024 and we are using a for loop, and just look at this for loop. There is no initialization here. Okay, and the condition is just I, and the updation is actually, so I right shift 1, and here we are printing a string Sinu. Okay, so the question is how many times this string get printed on the screen. Okay, so just come to this program. So here I value is 1024. Okay, and for loop no initialization, and directly comes here what is I value 1024. So for loop the condition is 1024, any non-zero value is true, so this is true, and it prints the string Sinu on the screen. Okay, so after printing it, it goes here. Okay, so what you are doing here, that is a shorthand notation for I equals to I right shifted by 1 position. This is the actual operation of this equation. Okay, so what happens if I shift a value to the right, its value get a half. That value of that variable I will be by 2. Okay, so 1024 will become a 512 here. Okay, then we come here and the 512 condition I, that is true, and again it prints another string. So I'll make a count of it. Okay, 2, and again I'll go there and shift it. So this will become a 512 means of 256. Okay, so this 256, then again the condition is 256. Now this is another string is get printed, and again 256 is half. Okay, that is 128, and again fourth time the string is get printed. Okay, and again this will become a 64, again fifth time will get printed, and this has become a 32 now. and again sixth time the string is get printed, and this becomes 16, and seventh time the string is get printed, and eighth time the string is get printed, and 4, ninth time the string is get printed, and it becomes 2, 10th time the string is get printed, and 2 by 2 means 1 half, 11th time the string is get printed, and 1 by 2 means 0. Now 0 means condition becomes false, you come out of it. Okay, so how many times your string is get printed? 11 times. So the option is 11. So the option is 11 times your string is get printed on the screen. Okay, look at this another pseudocode. So here in this particular code, we have declared a variable called I, and inside if we are printing 0. Okay, so the 0 is get printed on the screen. So the output will be 0 first. Then this printf will return the number of characters it printed. Since that is there is only one character is printed, so it returns a value 1 here. And if 1 means that is true, and I will get value 3. So inside I you will store 3. Then this else part, this does not get executed, and when you print the I value, 3 is get printed on the screen. Okay, so here the result is 0, 3. So the option C is correct. Look at this another pseudocode. So in this pseudocode we have declared a variable called n here. So n is declared here, and we have given value 9 to n. Okay, and n not equals to 0, that means 9 not equals to 0, which is a true value, and we go inside and we print the value of n. Okay, so value of n is get printed as a 9 here. Then n minus minus, that means n 9 will become 8 here. Okay, so after completing this, we'll go to the updation part, and again you are decrementing the n value, so that will be 7. So now you come to the condition again, 7 not equals to 0, okay, which is true, and again you go here. So now n equals to 7 get printed on the screen, and n minus minus means this will become a 6, and again minus minus means this will become a 5, and 5 not equals to 0, true. Okay, then you come to this, n equals to 5 is get printed on the screen. Okay, and again n is decremented, 5 will become 4, and again 4 is decremented, 4 becomes 3 now, and again condition is true, n 3 is get printed on screen, and again n value is get decremented, 3 becomes 2 now, and 2 becomes 1 now, and 1 not equals to 0, which is a true value, and n equals to 1 will get printed on the screen. Now this 1 will become a 0 when you decrement it, and 0 will become a minus 1, and minus 1 not equals to 0, and again true, and you again go to this, and this is n equals to minus 1. Okay, so what happened is n equals to 0, this value is actually skipped. So this particular condition will never become a false. So that is always true value. So this will create an infinite loop. So out of these 4 options, the C option, that is infinite loop, is the answer for this pseudocode. Just look at this another pseudocode. So what is this pseudocode is? So here we have taken 2 variables, C and NO number. So C is initialized to 5 and number is initialized to 10 here, and it is using a do while. Okay, so do. So what is this particular line is? NO is equals to NO by C. Okay, so this is the expanded notation of this instruction. Okay, so here NO is a 10 by C means a 5, so which is a 2. So NO become a 2 now, and this is while C minus minus, while C means C is a 5 here, so while 5 is true. So but when you are going back to here, you are just decrementing C value, so it becomes a 4 now. Okay, so again you go there, and this becomes a number that is a 2 by 4. Okay, so which is a 0. So your number become a 0 now. Okay, number become a 0. Okay, so then you come here, and while 4 means true, and this 4 will become 3. Okay, again you go there, and 0 by 3 means that is again 0, and this 3 becomes 2, 2 becomes 1, 1 becomes 0, and still you are go inside the do while. But when you try to divide with 0, this causes runtime error. Runtime error. Okay friends, so even when the C value becomes 0, you again go into the do while and you try to perform a division operation with 0. So 0 in denominator means that it produces the runtime error. So the option here is a runtime error, that is second option is correct. Okay friends, so this is these are some of the important pseudocodes. Okay friends, so these are some of the important pseudocodes, sample pseudocodes. Okay, hope you like the video. Okay, hope you understand the concept. So this is it. Thank you so much for watching the video. Bye.